So what if I told you that there was something that you could do to stop addictive, unhealthy habits, to increase creativity, to help you sleep better at night, to eliminate back pain, reduce stress, even heighten sensations with your partner? What if I told you that it could be done as easy as a few minutes a day? What if I told you that you could heal disease? Now raise your hand if you want that joke. But wait, it's not a joke. And sorry, Prop 19 supporters, it's not something you say. So how many of you have done yoga recently? Then you probably know what I'm talking about. So consider, what does the word yoga elicit in your mind? What do you think of? Anyone?
Calm.
Peace. Calm, relaxing, peace.
Stretch.
Stretch. Awesome. So those are all right answers. So whether we practice yoga or not, we all have our own perception of yoga. I asked a few people recently on my Facebook status last month, and I received similar responses. People sitting cross-legged on the floor, pushing boundaries, flexible ladies, as if men don't do yoga apparently, presents, like Bob's speech the other week, perfect tushies, Kama Sutra, transformation, health, spandex. Those are all various definitions I got from friends. Well, according to Mr. Merriam-Webster, yoga is a system of exercises for attaining bodily or mental control and well-being. So the question I asked myself was, what brought Joel to yoga? So I had to rewind to 2009. Have you ever made tortillas with the locals in Guatemala? How about a hike up the side of a volcano where you get to lift fire from Mother Nature, fire created by Mother Nature? Those were some of the highlights of the trip, the last time I traveled outside the United States. Well, except for Baja, Mexico, which is barely outside our borders, practically the 51st state. Guatemala is the 25th country I've explored, my last day consisting of a many hours-long bus drive to the airport, only to find out we all missed our flights. Then imbibing way too much local rum that this lightweight can handle, the next day I found myself reading The Alchemist in the ER here in San Diego. I was having sharp stomach pains on a scale of 1 to 10, these were like 7, 8, 9, every 2 to 3 minutes, where I was like hunched over in pain. Not a fan of doctors, didn't really know what to do. I called a friend's cousin who's a doctor, and she's like, you should probably go to the ER. So there I was. I knew this was stomach related, but never had I felt pain like this before, sharp and intense. You see, I have ulcerative colitis, which if you don't know is in the IBD family, inflammatory bowel disease. Crohn's and colitis are two shitty, no pun intended, no pun intended, gastrointestinal diseases that fall under IBD. At the ER, I was given some strong pain pills and sent home. They were not strong enough to mask the pain, and certainly didn't address the root cause. So next day at the GI's office, we scheduled my 7th colonoscopy, and I was given a steroid, prednisone. On the positive side, the drug did what it was supposed to do. About 10 days later, my colon ileum stopped hurting, I was back to my regular life, except because of prednisone side effects, my face blew up like a bowling ball sitting on top of my neck. My teeth were really grimy, they were in pain now. And I was really, really awake at 3 a.m. and really exhausted and groggy at 3 p.m. Not exactly the drug that you want to take, but it was effective for what Doc gave me for. But I decided then and there that I never wanted to be on this drug again. And I wanted to learn how to heal myself. So about that time, I was researching a new hobby, which at that time was to be massage school. And somehow on the internet, because everything we read on the internet is true, I read that yoga is historically known to heal disease. And after asking around and reading books, I decided there's some truth to this. So I made a decision to drink the curry, and I enrolled in yoga teacher training. So where is yoga taking me? There have been many highlights on this journey, from teaching a class on my patio while a DJ friend was spinning music, to one out-of-body experience, to connecting with really phenomenal people. But I have to say, the single most gratifying experience was curing a headache via thought. And I know that sounds bonkers, like maybe I lost my mind, but trust me, I didn't lose my mind, I just lost my headache. Let me illustrate. A few months ago, I was asked to be laid off from work. And while I was in limbo, wondering if the executives would honor this decision, would accept my request, I realized that I would have a daily headache when I woke up and a headache when I went to bed. Nothing seemed to help. The usual things, pills, caffeine, sleep, nothing seemed to help. So one day I was driving somewhere and this epiphany hit me, and I realized what thought pattern was causing that. So I literally just reversed that thought pattern, and the dull headache on the left side of my head just decrease, kind of stretched out, and just kind of went away. The same exact feeling if you've ever taken sumatriptan or Imitrex, which are standard headache pills the doctor might give you. So I really couldn't believe this. Via words, a particular mantra, I was able to make my headache going away. Never in my life have I done this, and I attribute my yogic journey for allowing me this mind-body connection and the self-awareness to reprogram my mind. But I'm also no different than anyone here. I know this is possible for anyone. So in conclusion, I invite you to try yoga. Perhaps you have a DVD collecting dust on your bookshelf, or maybe you received a Groupon from a local studio near your work, or perhaps you don't know where to practice. No, I said practice because that's exactly what yoga is, a practice. Like Kevin's inspirational 10 speech on the beach, it's just practice. Yoga is not in the Olympics, it's not a performance. I teach a few classes around town. Wherever you decide to start, it's just practice. I can't promise that you'll cure headaches or that you'll throw away all your cigarette packs right away, though both possibilities exist. I can promise you that by entering a yoga class, you're one step closer to where you want to go. Recently, an older woman in my class who barely spoke English came back to my class, and through a translator, I asked her why she was coming back, and she said, because she hadn't slept that good in years. So I ask you, why not yoga? If not you, who? And if not when? If not now, when? Thank you.